This one, every 7 minutes, is a gigantic, like 20-foot wave.
Oh.
and then it just, everybody waits. Do you love to travel?
You love road trips.
Do you love finding hidden treasures in towns all over the USA? Hi, I'm Joshua.
And I'm Craig. Welcome to Treasures of Our Town. It's a podcast that explores unique and charming towns scattered throughout the United States.
Guided by our love for location-based games like geocaching. Join us as we venture into some of the country's most intriguing destinations, uncovering hidden gems and local secrets along the way.
On today's episode, Josh, we talk Josh, you've been here. You did this. I've got no idea. I've got no clue. I'm like most of probably Americans and listeners out there, and that is we're talking about the Wisconsin's greatest tourist trap, maybe the world's best tourist trap you've written here, and that is the Wisconsin Dells.
Yes.
The Wisconsin Dells. I've never even heard of this, Josh, and you put it in the show notes, and you're like, we're going to do a show on the Wisconsin Dells. I'm like, okay, I believe you, and I'm going to be open and curious in regards to what you have to say about this, and we can go from there, mate. But in the meantime, let's talk about what's going on with you. First and foremost, number one is your physical appearance. At the moment, if people haven't seen any of your social media, Josh, your recent social media anyway, you're growing up. You're becoming a man. You're getting a little bit of a beard. I like it. I like it. Mate, it does suit you, buddy. It really does. It really does.
We'll see.
And I know this is an audio-only podcast, so people can't even see anything at all. But go to Josh's social media in the recent posts, and you'll see some stubble growing on the face area of Joshua, the geocaching vlogger. Mate, what's happening?
This is actually like almost 3 weeks of growth, that's very pathetic.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
You know, sometimes you just need to change. You know. Mm-hmm. Sometimes when there's transitions in life and things going on, you know, like women, often when there's like big transitions, they chop their hair off.
They get a haircut.
Yeah,
I know. Or they dye their hair. Yeah. They dye it like a mad color.
So, got a lot going on in my life. So this is the male version of chopping the hair off.
Wow. It's growing a beard. Well, as I said before, Josh, in the start, it does suit you, mate. It does suit you. I think personally, I'm gonna chuck you under the bus here, Joshua Johnson, and that is you, sir. When this podcast goes live, so on Monday, you, sir, need to put out a poll on your Instagram with a photo saying keep or shave.
It's so funny.
I think that'll be cool.
I've been getting, I get positive feedback from people because people will say, "Oh, I really like it." But the thing is that if somebody doesn't like it, they're not going to tell you.
Yeah, but if they don't say anything at all, that means, they probably don't like it. So the amount of people, everyone you meet says they like it. There's a very limited few don't say anything at all about it.
There are some people that don't say anything, so maybe some people don't like it.
That's okay. Joshua, you of all people should know you focus on the positive in life, and you focus on the positive people in your life. And more importantly, if you look in the mirror, do you like it, sir?
That's the true test. It's like
that's the true test.
Do you like it yourself? Yeah, and I'm kind of 50-50 on it. But
that's okay.
Speaking of positive things in life, we got to talk about our upgrades and our delays.
There we go. Well, my upgrade is already seeing you growing a beard. No, it's not. But anyway, keep going. What is it? Do you want me to start with my upgrade or my delay, or do you want to start?
I heard about your upgrade already on the Munzie podcast.
Well, I had to say it because it is an upgrade and a half. I never even knew this sort of upgrade existed this sort of quality existed. And that is a Michigan sunset. Have you ever seen the Michigan sunsets, Josh?
I have not, but I can imagine if you're on the west side of Michigan looking towards Lake Superior to the west, that means the sunset is setting on your view of Lake Michigan. So I'm sure if that's what you mean, I can imagine. I've never seen it, but I can imagine it's really amazing. Beautiful.
That's exactly what it is. It's the sunsets over Lake Michigan itself. And where I was situated at higher elevation. So I was about, 100, 200 feet above the actual water level itself. It's on this area. And again, I found it not through any of our location-based games, but I did find it on an app. And it's basically, it's a big car park area there as well. And so you can park there overnight. You see, there's no overnight parking allowed. So I can park the van there overnight. So I stayed there overnight. I stayed there in the afternoon. And Josh, seriously, I watched this sunset. I got a short or a TikTok and an Instagram reel out there as well on my channels. And this thing is absolutely stunning. If you can't sit there and watch a sunset for an hour, for instance, then you're in the wrong place. But one of my favorite parts is not watching the sunset. It was watching the people come and enjoy the sunset as well. And when I say people, I'm talking from the young kids out there, or young ones of today, who are doing their Instagram photos and all that sort of, and they had their cameras out, like their phones out, taking photos and selfies all the time. But Josh, I'm talking about the older couples in life, the retired age couples who, Josh, I saw this guy. He got out of his car. He parked, got out of his car. Older guy. When I say older guy, I'm talking 60s, maybe even the 70s. He got out of his car. He opened up his wife's door. She got out as well. They held hands. He got his camera and a tripod as well. They held hands and walked to this swing area. And the whole park is set up for the sunsets. He walked to this swing area. He set up his tripod, his camera and stuff as well. And then they sat there, Josh, for over 2 hours, laughing together, talking together, holding each other's hands, really embracing the love for one another of a couple of that age. And of course, he, like you, had to document, or like me, we have to document these things. And but no, it was a really, really beautiful moment. Actually, I'll put on my personal page, my personal Instagram page. I'm going to put a photo of it because I got a candid shot.
Perfect.
I got a
of the couple.
Too, so. Of the couple,
oh, cool.
Yeah, of the couple.
Neat.
So because that's the thing. What I love the most as well is you see the love. You know what I mean? You see the joy in people's faces. It's not just what the sunset is; it's the people around you as well. So that's a long-winded upgrade, but I think it was well worth it. You can tell by my enthusiasm that I really did enjoy it too. So that's a well-deserved upgrade. What about yours, mate? What about yours?
Oh my gosh, Craig. Since we recorded, I had the most amazing thing happen to me. So I'll try not to make this a long story, but for my love for my favorite movie, Back to the Future, of course.
Oh, yes.
And my friend Andy owns a Back to the Future DeLorean time machine car.
Yep.
And so sometimes he makes appearances with the car. So July 3rd was the 40th anniversary of the movie Back to the Future. 40 years.
Oh
and
wow.
So there was an event, a baseball game, like a Northwoods, like minor leaguish baseball game by the Rochester Honkers. That's the name of the team. It was a geese theme, if you understand.
Of course.
Like honk, honk, yeah.
Oh, those sort of honkers,
geese,
not like Hooters. Anyway,
no, crap.
I went there. Anyway, keep with your story.
Anyway, it was Back to the Future night. So we drove down there in the time machine. I'm kind of like the DeLorean's handler because he dresses up like Doc Brown, and I'm the one that's like taking pictures and catching social media and stuff like that. But also,
so you know how it feels now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad to do it. I'm glad.
I know.
I'm proud. I'm proud of that DeLorean. That's a rare thing these days.
Oh wow, getting it in early today.
Exactly. And so there was a guest there from the movie. In the movie, if you know, at the end of the movie, there's Marvin Berry and the Starlighters. He sings the song Earth Angel.
Yes.
Earth Angel, and that makes his parents kiss and, whatever. Marvin Berry, he's an actor by the name of Harry Waters Jr. Harry Waters Jr. was there.
No.
And he was in his full blue, suit costume.
Wow.
He's about 72 years old now. And this guy, he's just salt of the earth. He is just amazing. And so what happened was we hung out with him or whatever. And then he was going to stay in Rochester because he didn't have a car. An intern come pick him up from Minneapolis. And we said, hey, do you just want to ride home? We're going back to Minneapolis. And he goes, oh, you would do that? And I looked at Andy and I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to give Marvin Berry a ride home?
In the DeLorean?
No, not in the DeLorean. Because the DeLorean was being pulled by a truck. But anyway, we pulled the DeLorean.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm driving him home in my car. And I say, I turn to him. He's in the front seat. And I turn to him and I say, I'm sorry, Harry. I just have to do this. My brother would be so mad at me if I didn't. And I put on his version from the Back to the Future soundtrack of Earth Angel. And now I'm singing along with Marvin Berry in my car on the 40th anniversary of Back to the Future.
Wow.
Singing with him carpool karaoke. Oh,
yes.
If you told my 7-year-old self, because I saw this in the theater when I was 7 years old, that I would be sitting in the car with Marvin Berry, driving him home, singing that song, Earth Angel, I would have said, no way.
No,
it
way.
Pretty much made my year.
Yeah, it would have. Absolutely would have. And what did you message or ring your brother, or what happened there?
We filmed it. There's a video
of
it.
Oh, there's a video.
There's a video of it.
Of course there is.
So if you go to my social media, if you go to my personal, so it's Instagram, Mr. Joshua Johnson.
Yeah.
You can see the video of me singing along with Marvin Berry in a car. Karaoke. Oh my gosh. Craig, it was so good that it overshadowed any delay that I would have. So I have 0 delays because it was so good.
Good. I was going to say the same. Yeah, that makes me feel better too, because I'm thinking to myself before we started recording, I'm like, delay. What have I got as a delay? I mean, my only delay that I could actually think of, Josh, is that my next task and the next place I have to be is in Ohio, in Waukegan, Ohio, for the Midwest Geobash. That's my next task. I have to be, and that's not for another week and a half.
Wow! So you're stalling.
But yeah, and I'm like around the area. Like, it's going to take me literally a couple of hours to get there. So I'm going to do a loop around Wisconsin.
Wisconsin or Michigan?
Wisconsin. No, Michigan. Oh. I get this mixed up. Michigan. So I'm going to do a loop around Michigan, and I've decided I'm going to do some county caching too. So I stop in every county as I go around the loop. So I go from there. So that's pretty cool.
Are you going to go to Mackinac Island up there where you can't? We've talked about it on the show where you can't bring cars. You have to take a ferry to.
Oh, is that up here?
It's in Michigan. Yeah, it's in Michigan.
Oh, well, I've got to have a look. I'll have a look.
Give it a look. It sounds really cool. I mean, you have to take a ferry to this island. There's no cars. Yeah. There's no cars on this island. And several movies were filmed there. So I've never been there. I think it would be awesome to visit.
I'll take a look. Meanwhile, I have had a Munsey player reach out to me. I'm meeting up with him this afternoon, Josh, as we record this, for a beer. He said, are you coming up this way? I'm like, I can come up. I'll buy you a beer. So I'll be there then. So
perfect.
And great. it's a male person. It's not an old lady. So like craft beers and old ladies. Anyway, that's a motto of mine. Meanwhile, Josh, should we get on to the actual episode itself? Because I am stinging to find out about this Wisconsin Dells. First and foremost, where is the Wisconsin? Where exactly?
It is right off. You've driven by it, Craig. It's between Chicago and Minneapolis, almost right in the middle on Interstate 94. So you've literally drove. It's just past Madison, about an hour. So it's right on 94. So Craig, you've driven by it and you didn't even know it. You didn't even know the treasure trove that is the Wisconsin Dells. And let me just tell you a little bit about Wisconsin Dells. So a little history on Josh. I was probably growing up in the 80s. I was probably, you would say, lower middle class. But when all my friends were going on their vacations to Disney World and Disneyland, my parents couldn't afford that, nor did my parents have the time to do that. Yeah. But my parents, once a year, when I was a kid, had just one weekend where they had off. My parents worked retail, so often they had to work on the weekends. But one summer a year, every single year in my childhood, we would go to one place, and that was the Wisconsin Dells, which is kind of like back then the lower middle class version of going to Disneyland, basically. Wow. And this place is so ingrained in my mind that even now, when I have dreams about it, that I have dreams back when I was a child experiencing Wisconsin Dells. It is like a little city. It's a very little town, but it's like a fun town. Like you walk downtown and there's not just like clothing stores and stuff. No, there's a haunted house. You walk downtown. There's a place where they sell fudge. Call back to Uranus, right? Yeah. It is known. Episode, that one. It is known, Craig, as the water park capital of the world.
Oh, really?
They have several humongous indoor water parks and several outdoor water parks. So I thought it'd be appropriate to talk about Wisconsin Dells because this is mainly, historically, a very amazing summer destination.
I was going to say summer destination because it ought to be frozen over in wintertime.
Yeah. Although now, back in the 80s, it was like a ghost town. during the winter. Now they've built a lot of indoor water parks. So now it is also a destination, even in the winter as well.
Yeah,
but
makes sense.
Not only is it's very touristy. It's very much a tourist trap. I would argue maybe the whole town is a tourist trap, Craig.
Yeah.
The whole town. It's not just like this or that. The whole
It's built for tourism.
Yeah. The whole town is a tourist trap, but in the best way, because it's just so, as you will hear, it's just so fun. And there's just a lot going on. It's just like a whole town. Imagine a whole town that is an amusement park. That's what Wisconsin Dells is.
Wow.
But why, Craig? Why is a random place in the middle of Wisconsin an amusement park town? Why? Are you wondering, Craig? You're so curious, I'm sure.
I'm just thinking that maybe someone who owned property there, etc., and thought to himself, well, I'm going to make the best money here. Let's make a tourist sort of destination location, that sort of thing. Like, tell me.
Well, there was a reason. First of all, what you need to know is it's not only a touristy, trappy place, but it is one of the most beautiful places to visit in Wisconsin. 15,000 years ago, glacial meltwater carved this amazing sandstone sort of rock sculptures. So it's on a river and a lake. So the reason it's called the Dells is it's on Lake Delton. So that's
okay.
And so the river and the lakes have created the most beautiful like rock sculptures. And in the mid 1800s, there was a photographer by the name of H.H. Bennett. And he went there and he basically kind of discovered this because he was a photographer and he took pictures of these amazing rock sculptures and got these rock sculpture photos out into the world, like in magazines like National Geographic and stuff like that. And people started to see these amazing photos and they're like, where in the world is this? And it was the Wisconsin Dells. And so it started drawing people from all across the country trying to see these amazing sculptures. But as time went on, it wasn't just the sculptures. They were like, oh my gosh, there are people coming here to look at our beautiful scenery. Why don't we make some more money? That's probably what we were thinking. So there was probably a little bit of truth to what you said, Craig.
Yeah.
And it became a place, and we'll talk about all the things that are there. Boat tours. It's the water park capital of the world. And just lots of quirky roadside attraction types of places. And now you know why I love it so much, because it's just one giant roadside attraction. So it's a lot of fun.
The fact that the roadside attraction sort of style really attracts you in general, but also I feel, Josh, you've got a lot of nostalgia there, personal childhood nostalgia too. Yes. So that's another reason why you're attracted to it as well. So,
I still dream about it, Craig. It's in my psyche.
Wow. Other people have, other types of dreams, but no, Josh dreams about the Wisconsin Dells. Anyway, and sliding down a waterfall, slippery dip, whatever they are too. So exactly. Mate, you've listed here the top 10, in your opinion, the top 10 reasons to visit. Should we go from number 1 to 10, shall we?
Number 1 is probably the number one greatest thing of Wisconsin Dells, and I remember it so much as a child. Now, there are several water parks there, but there is the granddaddy of them all. And it is considered America's largest water park. And it's called Noah's Ark Water Park with over 50, Craig. 50 water slides, 2 giant wave pools. Have you ever been into a wave pool, Craig?
Yeah, we've got wave pools in
Australia. Okay, good. Yeah. Cool. So you know exactly. Wave pool.
I know exactly what a wave pool is.
And just when I say water slides, it's not like your typical water slides. They have like the most amazing innovation, the anaconst technology always in water slides. Yeah. So I'll give you some examples. There is a water slide called Black Anaconda.
Okay.
And it's a water slide, but get this, Greg, it's a roller coaster water slide. Not only does it go down, but it goes up. It was one of the first ones, I believe, that did that.
And you're in a tube. You're tubing.
It's more, it's more like a little raft.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah. So you go down, but the amazing thing about it is that you go up too. So it's a roller coaster water slide, which is amazing. There's another one. One's fairly new called Scorpion's Tail. Have you ever seen the videos of people in the standing up in a coffin?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then the floor just drops.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is like that, but it not only drops, but then it loops around. So it drops. and it just doesn't go straight down, but it loops around. So you're going. If you watch the POV of this, you're going so fast.
And I suppose if you're a bigger guy like me, you go even faster. Just
maybe, unless
in the beginning,
because the aerodynamics probably in the beginning, or the water
exactly. I like it.
There's another one called Time Warp, which is like a raft ride that's completely dark, and then you get into like a little. Have you ever seen the water slides where you end up in like a toilet bowl?
Yeah. You spin around, and because you're in the northern hemisphere, you go clockwise.
Yeah, right. Well, this is like a toilet bowl slide, but the toilet bowl part of it's covered, and inside of it is a dinosaur.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's like, you're going through time or whatever.
Time, yeah.
And then there's another one called Chameleon, which is like basically a water slide that's a rave. There's music playing and there's like lights going on and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And let's just say this. Black Anaconda goes 30 miles per hour. You're thinking, that's not fast, but we're going in a water slide?
Exactly.
That's
and
fast.
You're literally that close. Because, I mean, if you do 30 miles an hour, if you're in a car, if you're low down to the ground, the lower you're down, you feel faster than what you do higher up. If you're doing 30 miles an hour in a bus, for instance, it doesn't feel that fast at all. But if you're doing 30 mile an hour on a, what do you call it, like those little go-karts or whatever, you feel like you're flying. I know. You really do.
And Craig, I just want to take you to the Dells because when we went did the water or the go-karts in Alabama, you were just giggling like a little schoolgirl. Yeah. And I think you would just love it.
Schoolboy.
You would love what?
I would.
Do you like water parks?
I do. I used to have a water park close to where I grew up as well. It started off as only with one or two different water slides, and then it just grew and grew and grew from there. So yeah, and it went into the summer as well, where. The wintertime where we actually had grass skiing as well down these, like around the sides of the water slides. So they actually opened up a big park area where you heard of grass skiing?
What's that?
Grass skiing is basically like when you got rollerblades on your feet, except the rollerblades, instead of having the four wheels, they have tracks like a tank.
Oh.
So you have like these two big tracks on your feet like tank, and you literally just you ski down a grassy field, like you go down a grassy hill. Yeah, lots of fun. Lots of that. So that's fun. That's really cool. But anyway, I'm digressing. Mate, do you have any, firstly and foremost, you've got here as well that you've got tips for each one area. You're going to give
this is just a general like tip anytime you're at, like, especially an outdoor water park.
Yeah.
Bring like those water shoes. Bring the water shoes.
Yeah.
Because you're walking barefoot and it's hot concrete and just bring the water shoes. Wear your sunblock and have a great time. So
yeah. And especially for kids, if you're taking kids there as well, make sure they have their water shoes on too, because we all know kids literally just run on the concrete too. So actually having those shoes as a protection there would really help too. So you make sure the kids are covered as well at the same time, and definitely sunblock. Sunblock, no matter where you are in the world. So very cool. All right, mate, we're going to move on to number 2. What do you have for number 2?
Well, I'm going to say 2 and 3 are a little bit connected because they are similar experiences in different ways.
Right.
Number 2 is the Wisconsin Dells boat tour. So I told you there's just these beautiful rock formations and rock sculptures. The best way to view them is through on the water. Because it's just like on both sides of the river, both sides of Lake Delton, you get to see these how the glaciers like created these sandstone sculptures and formations, and all of them have names. It's so funny because people use their imagination. I remember there's one that looks like a grand piano that has fallen over, and there's one of a Native American head, and so the people's imaginations, they've named these things, and when you ride them, you're looking at them, you're like, oh my gosh, that does look like a piano. And so if you want to see the beauty of the Dells, you need to do it on the water, and not only they have boat tours that are like typical like like mini cruise ships, right?
Yeah.
But you can also get like the speedboats, so you can do like really fast ones, stuff like that. But the one way that, and we've talked about this, Craig, and we've talked about it on Roadside Attraction March Madness.
We did.
And I'm bringing it up again.
Second another episode for this one. I don't know. Let's see.
And that is the original Wisconsin ducks. And so we've talked about it before. Basically, the ducks are a World War II era amphibious vehicle. It goes on water and it drives.
Mm-hmm.
And so the cool thing is that you get the best of both worlds. You get to experience it as a boat, like the boat tours, but also they come right out of the water and they become trucks, vehicles. They have these duck trails, and you can literally, and then you driving on land between these rock formations. If you're like, hey, I want to see the beauty of the Dells on the water, my recommendation is do the Wisconsin ducks, because you get the best of both worlds. You get the land, you get to see the land, and you also get to see on the water. But I love it. There's college kids that drive these things. And it's so funny because
I know where this is going now.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny because you think the tours are about an hour long, right? And you think it's over, and then all of a sudden you're trapped on the duck, and they pull you over, and then they start handing out postcards. And they're like, check out these wonderful postcards of all the things you saw. And then they're like, if you would like to buy them, just hold them in your hand, keep them. So everybody's like holding postcards, and then they say, I do this to pay for my college or whatever. And then you feel bad, and then you give them not only a tip, but you buy these postcards from the college kid. So get ready for them to try to get a little extra money, but it's the Dells. The ducks are so worth it. So it's a good time. Yeah. Have you ever been on any of these ducks, like these amphibious vehicles where they go on water?
Yes. So we've got them in Australia as well. So been on those in Australia too, and also New Zealand. I did a tour like that in New Zealand through the rapids through New Zealand. Beautiful place.
Oh, that's cool.
Beautiful, stunning place.
And so the Dells is a perfect place for these ducks because it gets, again, they've created trails for the ducks, and they're between these rock formations and stuff like that. So that is actually 2 and 3. And if you're like, I want to see the thing that the famous photographer H.H. Bennett, the one that made the Dells famous, I want to see what drew people here originally. That was it. Take a duck tour, a boat tour.
That's cool. One question I have in regards to that, though, too, because I remember when you brought this, Courtney might have brought it up in March Madness, and that is because our good friend Rob Vardaman, who was on the show last week as the last episode as well. His son Trey, he does the Disney tour. What on the boat? What's that called?
The boat Cruise.
Tour, the Jungle Cruise. Now, I think Courtney and yourself, Josh, last in March Madness said something about the narration that they give. So these college kids, they give like a really funny, very joke narration of the place as well. So you're forever laughing and you're forever amused and stuff too. So is that still the same thing?
Yes, the same thing? Totally. Puns, jokes, groans, but. Yeah. And there's actually like a thrill part of it too. I didn't say this with the ducks because you're up on top of a hill and then they go like really fast into the water. Yeah. So there's like this big splashdown moment. Oh, okay. So there's actually a thrill part. The ducks. If you go to the Dells, you can't. If there's one thing you can't skip, it's the ducks. I'd say that should actually be number one. Like if I was to say, hey, I got an hour to kill in Wisconsin Dells, what do I do?
Yeah.
Do the ducks.
Do the ducks, because I mean, you think about the water park. That's an all-day thing, or even multiple days. You know what I mean? Right. And that's that, and that as well. I feel is best done as a family, for instance. Whereas the ducks, you can do solo.
Yeah,
you could happily do the ducks solo. Oh, totally. You know what I mean? So, whereas a water park for me solo, maybe not.
Well, kind
of look like a creepy old man.
Well, the cool thing about the Dells though is you can make it what you want because you can get can get a drink. And just sit in a tube and just cruise on the lazy river all day.
That's true. But as long as you don't have your camera in your hand, it should be right.
My parents, that's what they did. They just let us go free, roam free while they just had beers and hang out on the lazy river. Seriously, that's why they liked it so much. I think
because it amused you and your brother as well the whole time. So you were out of their hair, and they could just enjoy their day as much as you enjoyed yours. So that's fair enough. All right, mate. Moving on to number 4. What have we got for number 4?
I've never done this before, but this kept coming up again and again. It's the Rick Wilcox Magic Theater. So imagine just like a really high production magic show, but think like David Copperfield. You know who David Copperfield is, right?
Yeah.
The David Copperfield, but the David Copperfield of the Midwest, which probably means also still, groaning jokes and like stuff like that. But I guess it's just a very popular magic showcase show. So do you love a good magic show, Craig?
I do. Although in most cases, it's hard for me to enjoy a good magic show because I'm one of those types, Josh, that I need to know. I need to know how it was done. So if I watch a magic show, for instance, and I see something and I'm amused by it, I'm like, wow. I miss the next few minutes of the magic show because I'm already thinking about how that one was done previous. So I'm one of those types, believe it or not. So. Yeah. I need to know. I need to know how it's done.
I met David Copperfield in the 80s.
Oh, you did? Of course you did.
I met him, and it was of any celebrity encounter I've ever had. It was the worst celebrity encounter I've ever had. I was a child.
Why? Did he just disappear? Did he just disappear?
Yeah, just disappeared. Yeah. What a disappointment.
Now you see me. Now you don't.
Exactly. No, it was in my town of La Crosse, Wisconsin. He was there in the 80s. And I watched his show, and this was like after he made the Statue of Liberty disappear. Do you remember when he did that?
Oh yeah.
And so I just thought it was so cool. Like, I'm going to see David Copperfield. So I say his show is fine. And then there was an autograph session. So then you could buy a photo for him to autograph. And I remember standing in line, and literally he had 4 handlers on one side and then 4 handlers on the other side. And he was sitting on top of like a throne, like elevated. And you handed the handler the picture handled it to the next handler, got up to the top. He scribbled. You couldn't even recognize his name. And then he handed the picture down for the 4 handlers on the other side. And then you got your picture. You didn't even get to, you had zero. It was the worst celebrity. And
zero interaction.
And as I'm in line watching it happen, he goes, "What town am I in anyway?" Whoa, what a gosh. What a jerk.
See, and it goes to prove that those memories last a lifetime for kids as well. So
totally. If you're a celebrity, come on. Use that power in good ways, people.
Exactly. Anyway,
so many celebrities listen to this podcast.
Yeah, right. I know. So many. Anyway, Josh. So that's number 4, the Magic Theatre itself. And going on to number 5 now.
Oh my gosh, Craig. Okay. So this isn't technically Wisconsin Dells, but it's 30 minutes south. So it's very close to Wisconsin Dells, and that's Devil's Lake State Park. Okay. Again, this is a state park that is it's a big, obviously the big Devil's Lake is there, but there are trails that lead up to amazing rock formations. There is one called Balancing Rock, and it's this giant boulder that is actually just like, you're like, how is it standing there? Because the base of it is really narrow. And it's just like, if you want cool photos, it's amazing. Then there's another rock formation called the Devil's Doorway. And it looks like a rock formation that is like a portal to another world. It's really, really cool. If anybody Googles the Devil's Doorway at the state park, you will see. I actually made a TikTok about it. It actually took off quite well. And it talks about like how to see it. You go to the park, and this is a very busy park, so show up early. But you hike up this really cool trail, and then on the top there's all these amazing rock formations. And for geocachers, they are of course they're earth caches. They're really good earth caches. So this is an example where a lot of people don't like earth caches. This is an example where this earth cache took me to a really cool thing.
Cool place. Yeah. And I suppose there's earth caches in those carved out stone formations as well in the Dells too. There'll be earth caches all along there as well, I suppose.
Yeah. So again, if you want to get out of the touristy part of it, 30 miles south, it is the Devil's Lake State Park. It is just absolutely beautiful. And there's a lot of things. It's a state park, so there's a lot of other things to do. But the number one, you got to hike up the path to see those rock formations is really cool.
Yeah, yeah. And all I can think about when I hear people talk about those sort of rock formations as well is in Utah with the Arches National Park as well, which is super, super busy, but it is absolutely gorgeous, stunning. And that's all I can sort of visualize when you talk about this sort of natural rock archways and the doorways to hell. The devil's doorway.
Pathway to hell.
Pathway to hell.
Wisconsin Dells.
If you don't walk up and snap your photo with it, then you are going to hell. But anyway, no, I'm joking. That's really cool. So yeah, anything else you need to talk about in regards to that one?
Go there, see those rock formations, do some hiking. This is a place when I was a child, my parents never took me. They never took me to this place because they were like, hiking? No, we want to sit by the lazy river and drink tequila.
We want to drink tequila and smoke by the lazy river.
They didn't smoke, but they did drink.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Speaking of which as well, I just need to ask you, because as I said before, I'm thinking about Utah. I'm thinking about the Arches. And there's different rock formations there too. There's in Utah, there's like a balancing rocks as well. The rocks balance on top of each other. Is there something there as well in regards to this?
Yeah, it's like that, but it's probably the Dells is probably a much smaller version of that.
Oh, okay. But it's still balancing rocks anyway.
Yeah, again, Google it, look at YouTube, you'll see these rocks and it's great. Yeah. And when you hike up there to these rock formations, and then it's you're hiking up a cliff. And it's just an amazing, beautiful view of the lake. You'll see it's just like gorgeous,
so you see
gorgeous up there. And if I think of it, I will put the TikTok video. I'll attach it to the show notes so people can see.
Yep, absolutely. Most of these anyway, Josh. I'll try and link to the show notes on some of these too. That we've got links for either way in the show notes. Okay, Josh, number 6, mate. What do we got for number 6?
Okay, here's another way to view some of the nature in a really unique way. Now, I've never done this, but I've seen photos of it, and that is the Lost Canyon tour. So, remember I was talking about the ducks driving through these little pathways? Well, you can actually do that in some of these areas that is in a horse-drawn carriage. And there's like 100-foot there. You'll see it. There's these narrow passageways that only like these horse carriages can go through. And you look up and you're between 100-feet walls on both sides. Is really cool. It's just really a neat way to experience some of that stuff. And the Wisconsin Dells, especially in town and at the water parks, it's a loud place. I mean, it's a whole town that's amusement park. And so it's perfect for like to quiet things down a little bit. It's like a peaceful. It's more peaceful than the ducks, more peaceful than any boat tour. But this is kind of a different way to experience some of the beautiful sights of Wisconsin Dells.
That sounds really cool. And all I can think about too, and that is some people don't like the horse-drawn carriages, Josh, because they're pro horse, that sort of thing too. I will say though that I'm going to put myself out there and go 90 to 95, 99% of those people who own these horses treat the horses better than they treat their own kids. These horses make them money, so why wouldn't you treat them well too? So there are a few bad apples. Don't get me wrong. There are a few in the world. I'm talking worldwide. There are a few bad apples in regards to it, but you can kind of tell, Josh, which ones are good and which ones aren't. And so if you're drawn to this sort of style, then the horse-drawn carriage is the way to go. Yeah. The Lost Canyon Tour. Yeah. I like it.
Speaking of animals, we're going to go to number 7. And this is the Wisconsin Deer Park. So imagine a 40-acre piece of land that is just a giant petting zoo with 100 deer.
Oh, wow.
100 deer that are tame. Like think about being your own Snow White. These things love people. Probably because you can buy a little food cup and you just walk around.
Oh, yeah.
And these deer just follow you around like you're Snow White in a Disney movie. Yeah. Like if you love animals, and again, to your point, I mean, you're like, oh, they're in captivity or whatever. Well, I think they have this is probably all they know, and they have a good life. It's not like they're in a cage.
They have a good life. They're in comparison to other deer out there. And this is my thoughts when I saw this as well. And that is, we're in America. Americans, there's some states more than others that actually do. There's a lot of hunting involved, and deer hunting is huge in America. I mean, you go to Bass Pro and stuff too. They have fake deer, that you can practice on, or you can draw deer to, or there's deer whistles and deer antlers to click together, all this sort of stuff. So if you're a deer hunter. Don't go to this park because you're gonna be walking around and you get the shakes, Josh. You'll get the shakes. You'll be going, where's my gun? Where's my gun? They probably don't sound like that, but you know what I mean. Like, that's right. So there'd be so if you're an avid hunter of these deer, and mind you, in saying that, if you're an avid like a good hunter as well, you do have appreciation for these animals. And so yes, go there, have a look, see them in their natural habitat, and go from there too. So.
And these deer are protected; they're not getting shot. None of these deer.
No.
They is perfect for kids. Like kids, just have a peaceful little deer walk up to you and eat from your hand. Come on now, that's just great.
That's memories are made of that. Memories are made of that. All right, Josh, number 8. What's
Greg,
number 8?
I've been to this place twice.
What is this?
This place is the weirdest. This is maybe the weirdest thing in Wisconsin Dells, and I'm so glad I put it on the list. This is the most touristy trap thing of them all. For $5, you can go into, get this, the upside down White House.
So is it just a black house, or what?
It's not black. No, it's literally the White House. But when you look at it, it's like it looks like a giant picked up the White House and dropped it,
turned it over,
and made it an upside down. And it looks like
literally an upside down White House.
Yeah, it looks.
How big is it?
It's bigger. It's as big as the White. It's huge. It's pretty big. It's like as big as the White House. Look at YouTube videos or pictures. It is.
Oh wow!
Actually, it's huge.
So you can go in it then.
You can go in it. And what do you think would be in the upside down White House? What do you think would be?
Well, it's obviously the president, like with the office and all that sort of stuff too. No,
you would think.
That's not.
You would think like it would just be upside down White House.
The West, like the West Wing and all that sort of stuff too, and all the all the what do you call it? The desk systems there. They've got desks, they've got security, they've got nothing presidential. No,
there's at the end sort of, but basically it's like a haunted house. It's like a weird haunted house that's not even scary.
How do you have a haunted house that's not scary? I mean, Josh, even when we went to the Uranus Museum, that was weird, but it kind of was freaky as well at the same time. So this is not even like that.
No. So it's this whole thing, the whole premise of it, there's like a story behind it. The story behind it is kind of like, and as you look at it, you're like intrigued, like, why is there an upside down White House? How did it be? Like, so there's a story, and the whole, as you walk through it, you're trying to kind of realize why there's an upside down White House. And so you walk through these halls, and there's kind of a few like really lame jump scares, and there's like stuff, but then you realize all of a sudden you're walking through and there's like aliens. There's like aliens, and there's like classified files and stuff and basically the story, it's so weird. Basically the story is aliens picked up the White House from Washington, D.C. and dropped it upside down in the Wisconsin Dells. So it's basically like inside of it, it's just like a bunch of alien stuff.
Yeah.
It's really,
so it's gone to Roswell basically.
Yeah. It's really weird.
Speaking of which, we should do a show on Roswell. Anyway.
We have, remember?
Oh, we have?
We did, the Albuquerque show, remember?
It was Albuquerque, but I think Roswell specific. But anyway.
We can revisit.
Yeah, so I like it. I don't mind it, but very touristy, very.
It's
so it's
$5, and it's just it's worth the $5 just to laugh and see how dumb it is.
Yes. Well, that's the same as when you and I went to the Uranus Museum as well. Like, it was a laugh. Like, it was, that was $5, I think it was each, and it was just hilarious. Like, there's a two-bodied chicken. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
anyway.
It's that kind of
ridiculous.
Yeah, but $5, come on, it's weird.
That's right. Number 9, mate. Second last one we've got in our show.
So, if you're like, I'm going to be there, I need to do one water park. Like I'm a water park person, and I only have time for one. I only have time for one day of water parks. You're going to Noah's Ark. If you have another day for an outdoor water park, and it's actually, this is indoor and outdoor, you go across. It's literally across the street, Craig, to the Mount Olympus Water Park and Theme Park. And it's half water park, half theme park. There's go-karts, there's roller coasters. So all for one price, you get like not only a water park, but you get also roller coasters and stuff like that. They have a wave pool called Poseidon's Revenge. And you know how like wave pools, I'm sorry, I said water park. No, it's a wave pool called Poseidon's Revenge. And you know how there's like, I don't know if you ever experienced, like there's wave pools are like waves.
Yeah.
This one every 7 minutes is a gigantic, like 20-foot wave. and then it just everybody waits. And then
so it's one wave every 7 minutes.
But it's gigantic.
Gigantic.
And it like literally takes you out. It takes everybody out. And everybody has to, the reason is every 7 minutes is because people have to recover because they just got annihilated by a giant wave.
They get pounded by one giant wave, like a tsunami.
Exactly.
Sort of thing. Like it's a one tsunami wave every 7 minutes. And they need to swim back out to the spot they were. They take 7 minutes to get back out to where they were before they can get hit again. So, wow. That's
I'm going to give you advice, though. Here's some lodging advice. So Mount Olympus, whoever owns Mount Olympus owns most of the Wisconsin Dells. They've taken over a lot of the hotels, and now they're like these old hotels are now attached to Mount Olympus. Do not stay at a Mount Olympus hotel or lodging. I've heard story after story of like bed bugs, unclean rooms. Like it's just not good. Now the water park is fine. The water park's great, but don't stay on site. Just stay somewhere. Go camping or stay at a nicer place because and they kind of try to get you because they'll have you do the lodging, right? They'll lure you in with the lodging, and then the water park's free. Well, it's just not worth it.
Stay with us and you can join.
Exactly.
You can get in for free.
Exactly. So it's not good. I've heard
those on a budget. People on a budget would jump at that.
But then they would regret it. If you read the reviews, people, it's not. It's not good. But it's because they have they've taken over so many of these older hotels all around, and it's just hard to. I'm sure it's hard to manage all that. But the water park's cool.
Yep.
It's not the best one. I think it's the second best one as far as the outdoor ones, because there are some. We're not going to talk about any other water parks, but there's amazing indoor ones called Great Wolf Lodge. There's the Kalahari. There's other indoor ones that are amazing.
Other indoor ones are only smaller ones.
Yeah, but these are outdoor ones for the summer. But anyway,
that's fine.
There you go.
And mate, we're going to round it out with number 10.
We got to round it out with a little food. Don't you think? Minnesota boy would love this place because it is Paul Bunyan's Cook Shanty.
Oh, that's why I'd love it.
Not because of the food, because it's Paul Bunyan themed.
It's Paul Bunyan themed, and that's what he is. He's all about.
So this is like a typical, like almost, imagine you're out in the woods and all day you've been chopping down trees. You're a lumberjack and now you're hungry. So you walk into Paul Bunyan's Cook Shanty and it's just red flannel everywhere. And it's like family style. You sit on the big table and it's just, they bring out all the comfort foods you want and all the things. And it's just like a family style meal inside of a big wood cabin. And, obviously right outside there's lumberjack shows and stuff like that. But it's, if you're like, I'm hungry, because I believe it's one of those like all you can eat, right? And they just keep bringing they keep bringing you the food, and it's all family style. It is not cheap. It's not cheap. So come hungry. It might be your only meal of the day.
Your money's worth.
I believe they do both. I think they do both breakfast. It's a great breakfast place. Breakfast, and they also do like a lunch and dinner situation. But lumberjack breakfast served on tin plates too.
Tin plates, like tin plates, like you do when you're camping and stuff too. Those sort of tin plates. Oh, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
And here's the tip: do not miss the hot cinnamon sugar donuts. As soon as you sit down, like at Texas Roadhouse where they have the biscuits with the honey butter or whatever. Yeah. When you sit down, they have a hot cinnamon sugar donuts as soon as you sit down.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that just delightful?
That's very American, let's be honest as well. Like the hot cinnamon sugar donuts, that's very, very American. So very cool, very cool. Mate, I see here as well in the show notes, you've got a challenge out there for the listeners.
Oh, yeah. A challenge?
Yeah. A challenge, a listener challenge you've put there in the show notes, a listener challenge. And by the looks of it, it says, have you ever fed a deer?
Have you ever?
Ridden a duck boat?
Yeah.
Or stayed in a hotel with a slide into the lobby pool? What the? Joshua. Look at that. That's really cool. But no, tell us your favorite Dell's type of memory.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Messages.
We want, let's have this be a back and forth. Let us know if you've ever been to the Dells and what is your favorite part? Because I just, oh my gosh, I just scratched the surface. There's so much more. There's there's like I said, the whole downtown is an experience. Downtown, there's a Ripley's Believe It or Not museum downtown. There's a haunted mansion downtown. There's zip lines. There's arcades. There's fudge. There's taffy shops. Here's a tip, big tip. Go downtown, eat a burger at Monk's. Monk's is a bar. And it's one of those places where they cook similar to Matt's bar, Craig. Where they cook the burgers right behind the bar. Monk's Bar. Yep. There's just a lot to do. So have you ever been to Noah's Ark? Or I'm sorry, have you ever been to Wisconsin Dells? We want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, we want to know. Or if you've never even been in America itself, have you been to anything similar to Wisconsin Dells? Yeah. So have you ridden a duck boat or an amphibious vehicle, for instance, as well? Have you fed a wild animal that's not really wild, but anyway. Really cool. So messages on Instagram or any other social media and let us know from there, Josh. Yeah. That sounds
You
cool.
can reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, all the places, or at Treasures of Our Town podcast at gmail.com as well.
Exactly. But otherwise, Josh, if they want to become patrons as well, let's be honest, because patrons reach out to us privately a lot on on Patreon.
Those are the people. They get priority.
Those are the people.
Like if they're
they get priority. They're front of the line.
We talk about them. We talk about their emails. Just like we did last week, we had an email from a new patron. So
exactly.
The way this show is funded, the way this show keeps going is through our Patreon. And we really appreciate your support. You support us by creating content, keeping it free for everyone. We don't have any commercials yet, although this pretty much, Wisconsin Dells, come on, water park capital of the world, like not sponsored, but come on.
Fling us some cash.
Send us a ticket to the magic show or something.
Just not David Copperfield.
Yeah, not David. David Wilcox. So if you want to join us, just go to patreon.com/Treasures of Our Town, and that is where you can support us.
That's really cool. Because, Josh, I think of our patrons as well. I think of them getting in theme parks where you can get that front of the line ticket. You know what I mean? Where you pay that little bit extra, the fast pass.
That's a fast pass to this podcast.
Patrons. Exactly. Patrons are our fast pass to the podcast.
Love that.
Exactly. That's really cool. But otherwise, Josh, how can actually people contact us or find us if they want to reach out?
Instagram, X, and YouTube, and our email address, I'll say it again, treasuresofourtownpodcast@gmail.com.
So that's it for our show today. Please subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcasting app. And as always, Josh,
may your travels always lead you to the most unexpected and amazing wet gems like the Wisconsin Dells. See you next time, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.